According to CNBC, 48% of renters are extremely worried that they will never be able to buy a house. This is big. In this video, I will tell you what the top mistakes these people make and detail the importance of real estate investing because of this, so stay tuned. Hi there, welcome to my channel, The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to money, personal finances, investing, real estate, and the markets. If you're someone like myself that loves money and wants to be independent and wealthier, please subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you're alerted every time I upload videos. I also post on Instagram and TikTok at The Foreigner in America. I post on my blog, theforeignerinamerika.com, where I elaborate more on the inside. And I have a book called A Foreigner in America Can Succeed that talks about money, investing, jobs, dieting, exercise, friendship, among many other topics of interest, and you can get it for the cost of a latte in the link below. Many Generation Xers ages 41 to 55 and millennials ages 25 to 40 are concerned they will never be able to buy a home. Why is this? Let me explain. When you start your early years, either working a job or building a business, your income is not as high as it should be. Or better said, it's not what you want it to be. As years go by and you get raises at work or your business starts to get good traction, your income increases. It gets to a point where you are in a good 6 figures and your expenses are under control. So you're able to save 20% or more and set it aside for investing. After you set aside a good chunk of money for investing, you also start putting away even more money for a big expense. And this big expense is not a car or a first-class trip to Europe and Asia, because you buy those in cash, but the down payment for a house. You go ahead and look at houses until you find the one that fits your needs. You don't buy too much of a house, and you give a good 20% down payment so you don't get PMI, private mortgage insurance, on your payments for 30 years. This is the ideal situation, the way it should be. But this is like Wayne's World or Wonderland. It almost never happens because of these mistakes that I will tell you right now. Mistake number one: when your income is low, you don't save. When you start your early life, you're not making 6 figures. You're most likely not making enough to buy yourself a Mercedes or a $500,000 home in a nice neighborhood. The problem is that the 20% rule of saving, not considering your 401k, should be followed the earliest you start making money. Let me give you my personal experience with this. But first, give me a like so I can improve this channel with your help. When I was in college, I was already working a side job as an English teacher. I taught English as a second language to Spanish speakers. And I was making very little money. But this money was a lot more than what my dad gave me, so I was happy. Did I save my 20% back then? Hell no. I used 100% of the money to go out, go to the movies, go on a date, go to the club or the bar, etc. And you can tell me,
Jaime, if you didn't do it, why are you lecturing me to do it then?
Well, because I knew this wasn't my full-time job. It was just temporary for my high school and college years. I said to myself, when I finish college and start working a real job, I'll start saving my good 20%. And that's what I did. I was 24 and I started saving my money. I still had fun. I still went out. I still did everything a 24-year-old will do, but always putting my money away first. Like they say, pay yourself first. Mistake number two: you don't aggressively pursue more money. When you're in your 20s and you're making $50,000 a year, it's fine because you're just starting out and you cannot expect to make $250,000 on your first job. But if you create a business, you may not expect it to be $1 million on year 1 or 2. But it makes me really sad that people stay in their jobs for 10 or 15 years making the same $50,000 a year. They're afraid of leaving. They're afraid of asking for a raise. They're afraid of learning something new and valuable that can increase their income. So their 30s go by, their 40s go by as well, and they still cannot make 6 figures before taxes. You can be the most organized person in the world with money, but there is a limit on what you can accomplish with money if you don't make enough. There are 2 problems with money in this life: spending too much and not making enough. Every time you celebrate a birthday, ask yourself how you are pursuing more money. A side hustle, a side business, asking for a raise, doing more work, learning a new skill, getting a mentor, changing jobs, changing industries, etc. You need to actively pursue this, or it won't come magically to you. Mistake number 3. The more money you make, the more you spend. Not all the Generation Xers and Millennials who will not be able to buy a house make a small income. There are people out there who make $150,000 a year before taxes and still cannot afford to put a down payment for a house. Are these people out of their mind? No. They simply filled their life with obligations, also called debt. If you make $150,000 and you have no debt, you really make $150,000. But if you make $150,000, which will be around $100,000 after taxes, and owe $50,000 on different payments like cars, electronics, student loans, credit cards, loans, etc., well, you only make $50,000 then. You work your butt off for $150,000, but at the end of the day, you only enjoy $50,000. The rest is gone before you make it. That is called bad debt. Avoid it at all costs. So you keep as much as possible after it reaches your hands. Mistake number 4, you want the most expensive house on the most expensive neighborhood. I have friends that tell me,
Jaime, I can't buy a house because the one I want is so expensive.
And how much is it, I ask? It's $800,000. Wow, what house is that? Oh, it's this one here with 4,000 square foot, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, a pool, hot tub, and a 12,000 square foot lot in a well-developed neighborhood. Wait a minute. What about this one over here? Older, smaller, no pool, smaller lot, but it's $350,000. No, I don't like it. I want my $800,000 home or nothing. You're being unrealistic. Except for people who live in cities where the smallest and ugliest of houses is $1 million, which I recommend moving away from, you need to buy a house you can afford. Later on, you will upgrade to a bigger house or either rent the first one, take a home equity loan, or sell it using a 1031 exchange to postpone taxes. Let me give you my foreigner insight for this video about real estate investing. So 48% of Americans ages 25 to 55 are very concerned that they will never be able to buy a house. They will have to rent an apartment or house forever. House prices are going up like crazy, not the average 3% that happens when inflation is under control. Rents are going up like crazy as well. I've seen posts of people with a 50% increase after their 1-year contract is up and they want to renew. Fixed mortgages are low interest and they never change for 30 years. With real estate, you make money 4 ways. Someone else paying your mortgage principal, the property appreciating, cash flow resulting from the rent minus expenses, and the tax benefit of depreciating the property in 27 and a half years, and the mortgage interest. So what are you waiting for? Real estate investing is the most solid investment in this market with very high inflation and lack of stability. Read some books, follow my lead, ask around, get a mentor. But once you start, You will never stop. I give you my word. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my 2 weekly videos. Check out my Instagram, blog, and TikTok. And make sure you check out this great book, A Foreigner in America Can Succeed, which you can get for the price of a latte in the link below. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you around.